Hey y'all, welcome back to the Herb Lady. I know been a while since I've been back on YouTube and on Instagram, but I'm glad to be here with you guys today. I hope that you guys have been doing well for most of 2021. Um, as a lot of you guys know, I am a nurse by trade, by profession, and I ended up going back to work this year. So, I work as a psych nurse. My job is very involved. It requires a lot of mental energy. So I'm getting ready to switch positions and, move around and make some changes, which I'm very excited about. But at the same time, my business, the Herb Lady, has been on my mind. It's been in the back of my mind to do this and get this done. Like, it absolutely, there are people out here who really need these readings and need this guidance because, as we know, I'm not trying to predict the future, nor am I trying to give you the tea. I'm actually trying to give you insight as far as what's going on a deeper psychological inner psyche type of level. So, what I'm going to be doing today is kind of some new moon readings for all of the signs. These are going to be pretty quick readings, as my stamina is not where it was back in January or February. So I'm going to keep it quick and simple. I'm going to pull 3 cards for each sign. We're going to kind of do this in sets of 4s. We'll start with water and then work our way up to air. So we're going to get started on the water signs. We're going to be pulling for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We're going to pull a zodiac sign card. These are already pre-shuffled and prayed over. We're going to pull these cards here, and then we're going to pull an elemental card, and then finally a tarot card. So let's go ahead and get started. I hope all my water babies have been doing well. I am a Scorpio, as some of you guys may already know, and I've been, 2021 has had its ups and downs, but for the most part, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful because I've seen a lot of stuff come to fruition in my life this year. So, all right. So this is the card for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So, like I was saying, I've got to see a lot of stuff come to fruition this year, and it's been a beautiful journey. So, I'm very grateful for that. So, let's go ahead and pull an elemental card. And starting with Cancer, and then Scorpio and Pisces. Alright. Alrighty. And then we're gonna pull a tarot. And my cards, they've been like supercharged. Basically, they've been staying up on the windowsill, charging under all of these beautiful new moons and full moons and eclipses. They've kind of caught all the energy, so they are ready to talk. Let's get a card for Scorpio. Get a card for Scorpio. There we go. Oh, it fell to the floor. And I'm going to pick that one up in a second. I'm going to pull the card for Pisces. Okay. Alright, give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, you guys, sorry about that. I had to pick up this card for Scorpio. So let's go ahead and get into the reading here. We're going to get started with Cancer, and then we're going to work our way down to Pisces. Now, These cards that I initially pulled are the zodiac sign um, cards. They're not necessarily tarot cards, they're more oracle cards. These cards, they kind of pick up on the energy of what's going on somewhere within the chart, energy that you may need to give a little bit of extra focus on. And for Cancer, you guys got the planet card, so that means that there's a particular amount of focus that needs to go toward a planet somewhere in your chart. And let's see what planet it is. So you guys have Venus, and I'm going to read the description for you. It says, the part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. So, for you guys that are into astrology, I do encourage you, if you know what your Venus sign is and where that falls in your natal chart, to go look that up. That may be an area of life that you want to focus on. For some of you that are a little bit more advanced, you may want to kind of check out the Venus transits. What I do know is that Venus is in Libra right now. It just transited into Libra, and it's making a grand trine with Jupiter. So that means for a lot of you guys that there's big gains on the table, if you know where to look in your chart for them. And I believe, like, if you're a Cancer ascendant, or you're like a Cancer sun, that means that you guys can make quite a few gains within the home. I believe, I think it's the home, yeah, in the fourth house. But I'm not going to get all into that. The thing about it is that you want to really focus on what it is that makes you feel beautiful, what it is that creates your success, what it is that you can indulge in and also get a return from. Because really investing in what makes you feel good, investing in those refined that refined taste, that aesthetic, investing in your personal aesthetic, which is more or less your personal style, also investing in your sensual pleasures is really what's going to give you a sense of guidance as far as what it is that you're really trying to do with yourself with this new moon. So maybe in this new moon, trying to play on your Venus energy and really invest in these to see what it is that it manifests for you during the Virgo full moon. So let's see what you got for your elemental card. So you guys got desert, which is solid. It says solitariness. What I get is that, like, the first thing I'm getting hit with is the fact that a lot of you guys have spent a lot of time in solitude. You even have like a life path number, which is 13 or 4. And a lot of you guys have spent a lot of time, in reflection and just kind of like swinging over and, reviewing your own life and just watching, you know, living in a state of sparseness, so to speak, which is like just spending money on the basic needs, the basic necessities, just doing all the basic things and not really so much investing in your Venetian, in these things that make you feel good and look good and smell good. It's like, yeah, you spend money on the basics, you make sure that the bases are covered, but you haven't really been doing that little bit of extra, putting that little bit of extra umph in. And maybe there is just because of the fact that there is really never felt to be a need to do so in this past year or so. But you're really being called to pay attention to this planet, because a lot of your blessings, a lot of those hidden riches and hidden wealth you will find in giving attention to this planet here. So, really be mindful of that. I'm really feeling like you guys have to take some time. You've spent quite a bit of time in solitary confinement, which is a voluntary solitary confinement. So now they're saying, get out there, go out and explore, go out and indulge in your senses, go out and build your personal aesthetic, go out and, get into those hedonistic, indulge in the hedonistic type of habits, so to speak, and all in moderation too. It's like with Venus trining Jupiter, it may make it easy to temporarily do that in excess, but you still want to remain mindful. Because literally, here you go. You got the Ace of Pentacles. It's saying, like, literally go for it because you will be blessed in it. There's money to be made in it. And investing in your Venetian needs, you get a monetary concern. I mean, a monetary return. Well, you might get a monetary concern too if you do it in excess. So, you want to be mindful how you do it, okay? So, that's it for Cancer. All right, so moving on to Scorpio. With Scorpio, you guys got a zodiac sign card. So, you guys got Cancer, and as you can see, it's the mother and the child here. And I don't know if for you Scorpios out there who do know a little bit about astrology, you may want to go look at your chart and see where Cancer falls in your chart, to see where it is in your chart, what area in your life that you may need to give a little bit more of that nurturing focus on. As we know, Cancer is the energy of the mother, it's the energy of the Akashic records, it's the energy of, the queen, and the queen is the roots of the family. So this is roots here. So I feel like for some of you guys, you may need to pay more attention to the family, or you have a lot of family responsibilities and duties that's calling for you, or some of you guys really could like be expecting a child, or have children already that you need to give more attention to. So it says this energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving. It may concern family, a mother, or a child. So, you know, for my Scorpio mothers out there, and fathers too, for my Scorpio parents in general, you guys are being called to pay more attention to the family, pay more attention to the children, to really kind of refine how you're approaching that. Or for some of you guys out there, you could be dealing with the Cancer, or a Cancer moon in which you have strong, deep emotional ties to. So, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on in regards to that. We're going to look at the elemental card, which is Earth. You guys have a lot of, like, so far, 2 green cards, which shows me a lot of um heart chakra energy. So from what I'm seeing is that wherever you guys find Cancer in your chart, or for some of you guys that maybe is Scorpio with the Cancer moon, or Cancer ascendant, or even like Cancer sun with, Scorpio placements, wherever you find Cancer is where you're going to find quite a bit of heart chakra healing. You're going to find quite a bit of release, with whatever has been pulling on your heartstrings, with whatever has been kind of giving you a block, so to speak, in the sense of your heart. So, because with all of this, I'm really feeling overwhelming heart chakra. So maybe like with Cancer, it's kind of being pointed out to nurture yourself, feed yourself abundantly. You see like how she has all these fruits and vegetables. These are foods of the earth that she carries on her head. She feeds herself with, God's bounty, so to speak. Feed yourself and nourish yourself, and watch how you heal yourself, and like literally we think heart chakra in terms of the spiritual, but heart chakra, really could be just that of taking care of ourselves so that we can heal our physical body, and then literally healing our physical heart, because the heart could be carrying so many stressors from bodily ailment that we don't even know about. And in starting to take care of ourselves, we start to heal that. And taking care of ourselves, we must embrace the energy of Cancer and nurture ourselves and pay close attention to ourselves the same way that this mother embraces her child. You know, she loves her child with her whole being, the way that we love our children with our whole being. And I know Scorpio parents know what I mean when I say how fiercely we love our children, you know, is the same ferocity we have to show towards ourselves. And that's where we will see healing start to take place. So, you guys got Queen of Cups as your tarot. Of course, you showed up, you know, in your own reading. For some of you guys, this may be the fact that you are dealing with a Cancer woman, who may either be encouraging you to nurture yourself, really encouraging you to push towards nurturing yourself, paying closer attention to yourself. So, what's interesting is that you know, this card yesterday, in my other deck, I pulled this card. And what I noticed in my other deck, more or less the same, you know, the queen, she's looking into the cup. The cup has water in it. The water signifies emotions. She's looking into her emotions. You know, she's looking at her emotions, and this is a woman who has supreme wisdom. You know, it's like she's kind of gotten to that point where she's almost at a mastery over her emotions before she's graduating into the king, because the king represents complete mastery. So, you know, she's looking into her emotions and she's reflecting. However, in my other deck, you know, for those of you who have seen my other deck that I often work with, you know, this queen in the other deck, she holds the apple. I believe it's in her left hand. She holds an apple in her left hand. So in her left hand, which is our receptive hand, she is receiving life, because, you know, the apple, so to speak, was the fruit of knowledge, or, you know, off the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. So she holds life and she holds knowledge in that hand. And then in her other hand, her active hand, you know, she's using it to hold this cup that she looks into to reflect off of her emotions. And from what I can see, even in this card, she's holding this cup in her right hand. She's taking the time to really reflect on her emotions before she chooses to act. You know, she wants to make sure that her emotions are in check before she makes a choice before she makes a decision, period. So, you know, really take a lesson from the Queen of Cups here. If you have some heart chakra work that needs to be worked on, start with nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself. If you don't even know what to do spiritually, start physically. Start through exercising, yoga, breathing, meditation. And with meditation, it's very simple. You just sit there for as long as you need to. Sit in silence and let your thoughts run. Don't get lost in them, just let them run and observe them running, you know. And then feeding yourself the right foods, nurturing yourself, really giving care to yourself, because your body needs that in order to start the healing process. And when you start healing physically, you will see how your spirit lifts mentally and spiritually. And then you'll be able to be in a more healed place to reflect on your emotions before taking action and letting your emotions rule how you live your life. Okay? So be very mindful of that, Scorpio. Okay? All right, so let's move on to Pisces. So with Pisces, you guys have a house card. You know, for any of you guys that are trying to get into astrology and you're just learning about the natal chart, I strongly recommend even a basic knowledge of astrology makes a huge difference kind of in the way that you look at yourself and look at life. So for Pisces, you guys have the 8th house, which is really interesting because Pisces ascendant and Pisces sun people and Pisces moon people are having a transit of Venus over their 8th house, trining Jupiter over the 12th house. So this is very appropriate because this new moon is kind of it's although it's falling in your seventh house, Venus is falling in your eighth house right now. And as you can see, like eighth house is marriage. Like you see those two rings, that's commitment right there. That's the deeper level. Seventh house is where partners join in union. Seventh house is the wedding. Eighth house is the marriage. Eighth house is okay, now the real is here. So how are we going to get through this? How do we push through this? And this card says this transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. So Pisces, you guys may be experiencing some really intense emotions right now. You know, you may be doing a lot of reflecting. There could be a lot of stuff that's going on in your relationship. There could be a lot of stuff that's going on in your finance sector. You know, there's just some stuff that requires a lot of reflection because everything is changing, everything is transforming before your eyes. You're seeing literally God's hand and God's work in everything. And like even you have the butterfly, which represents metamorphosis, you know, and the process of metamorphosis, the process of change. Once again, the process of a butterfly, a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, when it cocoons itself, everything has to melt away. Everything, every complete composite of that, everything that that caterpillar consisted of has to go down into a slough, melt down into nothingness before it starts to form into a butterfly. So, you know, it's a hell of a process, and it can be an uncomfortable process. It can be very uncomfortable, and it sends you through a lot of changes, but you can do it. You can do it, Pisces. Like, you know, the eighth house also holds a plethora of blessings. It holds a plethora of wealth. It holds a plethora of just once you survive that transformational process, you then graduate into the ninth house where you are in a position to really you've transformed enough within yourself that you can learn about you can go on and learn about the world around you because you're more solid within yourself. Okay, so this is a graduation point. You guys may be in a relationship and just kind of going through the motions of the relationship. This is, you know, the relationship is transforming. It could be ending, and that's okay. Remember, everything that, you know, comes and goes is always for our highest good. Okay? So let's pull your elemental card. You guys have darkness. The moon is your element. I think this is the first time I'm seeing this card. This is such a beautiful card, and it's number 7. 7 also speaks to spiritual enlightenment, and growth and upliftment. And as you can see, it's like her arms are crossed over her. She has her arms crossed almost in like a defensive position. The moon is behind her, and her dark hair is kind of covering her eyes. I feel like although she's kind of, you know, in this defensive position where she's trying to, you know, defend and hold herself close and keep herself from, you know, others from kind of getting close to her, is the feeling that I get. And even with her hair covering her eyes and her not necessarily being able to physically see, like that just mostly means like she can't see the here and now. But I feel like her third eye is still very much active. You know, the moon is still very much guiding her. So Pisces, like, this is a really powerful moon for you guys to act on right now. This Virgo moon, you know, especially if you guys are coming out of a very hurtful relationship and you're trying to, if your focus is on healing and releasing that relationship, this is a very powerful moon to do so, to heal from the relationship and to release it and to, you know, gain a healthier future for yourself. to make room for what's to come, because it's definitely coming to you, Pisces, okay? So yeah, you guys got Four of Pentacles. That's just the confirmation right there that there's things that need to be released and let go of, because as you can see, she's so occupied with holding on. She doesn't have room. Her hands don't have room to take in something more and possibly something better. So I'm feeling like, you guys, there's a lot of hurt here. There's a lot of transformation that's taking place. There's a huge call for releasing this hurt, for releasing this pain that you're experiencing. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. My throat is getting kind of dry. So, you know, and even in that, it's like I always try to take everything. I try not to take it all literally, but any and everything can be a sign. And just with the dryness of that, this is probably a situation that you guys are in, a deeply intense situation that has dried up. It's come to pass already, and the acceptance, you just have to accept that it is what it is. It's come to pass. So, and let it go. Let it go, Pisces. You know, let go and make room for better. The better that is coming. It's most definitely coming. Okay? It's, if not, even if it's most definitely coming, if it's not already here and it's just waiting for you to just open up and let go of a situation that has dried the hell up. Okay? All right, y'all. I love y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all later. I'm about to move on and do earth signs. Peace.